Hi everyone, today I wanted to do a movie suggestion list and I have themes for these videos, and this time I will be talking about vampires. The first movie that I'm going to talk about is Bram Stoker's Dracula. It was released in 1992 and has Anthony Hopkins, Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman in the cast. It's the typical tale of Dracula by the book of Bram Stoker, of course, so it's nothing surprising, but it's a really good base if you want to see a Dracula movie. Gary Oldman does Count Dracula, I gave Letty and Baylor really well, and the priest is played by Anthony Hopkins, so it's Abraham Van Helsing. So if you ever see a Van Helsing movie, you know what it's based on. Then the second movie I want to talk about is Interview with the Vampire. So it is based upon the book by Anne Rice. It has Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas, Christian Slater and a really young Kirsten Dunst in the cast. I think this is a really good adaptation to the book, even though I cannot stand Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. So to me, watching this movie was good, even though I dislike the actors. Then there's another adaptation by Anne Rice's book, and it is Queen of the Damned, which evolves around a metal band, and then the actual Queen of the Damned, who is played by Aaliyah, that died before the movie was even released. So this movie is actually a bit of a tribute to Aaliyah, which was a pop star in the 90s. Also, quick mention, the band that you actually see in the movie that is called, I don't know what, is actually Korn most of the time. So the music that you hear is Korn and not the band that they actually say. Then there's Underworld. Underworld is one of my favorite movie franchises, mainly because of Kate Beckinsale as the main character, Celine. In the first movie, she's killing lichens, being awesome, until she discovers that they're experimenting on humans to be able to create a super mutation between human, lichen and vampire. And she discovers the human that they're experimenting on, Michael Corvin, who comes from a bloodline of other people, important people in the story. You'll see. In the second movie of Underworld Evolution, the vampires still fight the lichens and they awaken the last vampire elder. So you have Victor, who is already in the story, who is kind of the parent of Celine, but not really the parent because he killed her parents and her family, but we don't know that yet. So sorry for spoilers. So they revive Marcus, the last vampire elder, and they also try to free the brother of Marcus, that is the first lichen, and he's called William. So in Underworld III, Rise of the Lichens, they focus more on the lichen part, and they will see how the lichen virus has developed and how the vampires used lichens as slaves at first. Then I have a more recent movie, and it is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and why this stuck to me is because it seems so unrealistic that I was like, I like this movie. It isn't historically correct, but it was produced by Tim Burton, who always creates this creepy yet realistic vibe in his movies, which I really love. There's vampires, I don't think they're as realistic as most vampires should be, but it's good to see another take on a classical vampire movie where the vampire isn't a god figure per se. And then the last actual movie that has people in it, well, actual people acting, is Vampire Academy. This movie was a box office flop. I don't get why, because it has a great cast. It has amazing books that it is based on, so if you liked this movie and you want to know how it continues, since they will not make the second, third and fourth movies, read the books. I highly suggest them. They are very good. They're called Vampire Academy as the title of the movie. Basically what you have this royal vampire girl, Vasilisa Dragomir, and she is the last remaining living person vampire of the Dragomir family, and you have her protector, well, protector in being, Rose Hideaway. Rose Hideaway is played by Zoe Deutsch, and Lucy Fry plays Lisa Dragomir. And then the last one I'm talking about, which is not an actual movie with actors, but is still a really good vampire movie, is Hotel Transylvania. I really enjoy animation movies, and when there is a movie about Count Dracula who owns a hotel for monsters, I'm excited. This was made by Sony Pictures Animation in 2012, so it's 2 years old already. 3 years since we're 2015. I think it is a great movie. It has a lot of humor, it has a lot of weird twists about the characters. They did some really good research on who does what in the original movies. So Count Dracula has his backstory, every type of character has its own background and you know it, but they take a weird twist on it. So basically what happens in this safe haven for monsters, there's a human who's infiltrated that is in love with Count Dracula's daughter. If you enjoyed this video, then please comment, like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.